Kite was the hunter introduced during the Chimera Ant arc, guiding Gon and Killua. But how strong and powerful is he? There's much speculation by fans of how powerful he was. He seemed much more powerful than Gon and Killua, even more powerful than them at the time when they were combined. Slightly, it seems, may have been the case. He went up against Pito, and it seems he held his own, but did lose the fight, but started at a disadvantage, losing his arm. So we know for sure he's not on the Royal Guard's power level. He has the ability of Crazy Slots, which can work in his favor, but also against him sometimes, since it gives him a random weapon. He seems to be around as powerful as Hisoka or Illumi. Some might say more powerful, since Jing is very powerful and seem to believe in Kite so much. Also because we didn't see much of Kite, so we don't know exactly how powerful he is, and he seemed pretty powerful as well as experienced. But based on what we've seen and the way the characters have been portrayed, I would guess he's probably slightly weaker in terms of being a Nen user than Hisoka and Illumi. I would say he's more on the level of someone like Kurapika or Biscuit, but maybe slightly more powerful. Another reason I would think he's around this power level is because Killua and Gon were also trained by Biscuit, so it would make a lot of sense for Kite and Biscuit to possibly be just around the same power level. Obviously, this is just speculation and correlation, so it doesn't mean for sure it's true. We saw how easy Kite went up against the other Chimera Ants. Not worried at all. Obviously, that could just be his personality, but he handled them pretty easy. So I would guess he is definitely powerful and above a normal Nen user or a regular Chimera Ant. And we see sometimes when he gets a good weapon how powerful it can be and how fast he can use it. Of course, also him being very experienced is going to matter a lot, because he's going to have a lot more time to improve and to have become a better Nen user and be stronger, more powerful. Another Nen user Jing was involved with was Razor, and I would say Razor's just about as powerful as Hisoka, slightly weaker than someone like Hisoka. Between the two of them though, I may just give the edge to Kite. He probably was the better Nen user, since he was the one who guided Gon and Killua, and Razor's Nen abilities much better for playing volleyball like we saw in Creed Island. Some might even say Kite is almost as powerful as Jing probably, but the problem with this is we haven't seen anything to indicate this, as well as we don't know exactly how powerful Jing is, since we haven't seen that much of him, other than he's involved with Jing and Jing seems to trust him. Some other hunters I would say that were probably around Kite's power level were Morel and Nove, who were part of the Chimera Ant extermination team. I think if we got to see more of the fight between Kite and Pito and how well Kite really did up against her, it's possible we could consider him more powerful, but with what it seems now, I think most likely he's quite powerful, maybe in the top 30 Nen users. But I wouldn't put him any higher than that. He was a pretty mysterious character, like some other Hunter x Hunter characters, but we also didn't get to see much from him. I would compare him to someone like Illumi. In terms of the way the series has handled both characters and their power level, they're pretty similar, but I would give the slight edge to Illumi. So that's how powerful and strong I would say Kite is. Definitely a very strong Nen user, undoubtedly, but just not one of the strongest. Also, during the Chimera Ant arc, the members chosen for the extermination team weren't that powerful, since Netero didn't want them to be that powerful, it seems. So Kite seems even more likely to be powerful, but not that powerful. Guys, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one.